I love the names on this team. They have Sixto Sanchez, and they have my favorite name probably in baseball right now, Jazz Chisholm.
Showing emotion in baseball is terrible and should never be in the game.
It's weird how the dynamic works between sports.
But to win a championship, not only do you need great players on the court, but you need good chemistry, which takes time to develop.
Justin Fields is a all-time talent.
Corey Perry will give some veteran presence to the Canadians.
I feel like Luka will take that next step, and if he can get a three ball consistently around 35%, I feel like they could become a contender.
We can make jokes about you not being in the Super Bowl for 20-something years, but...
What's up, everyone? This is Justin Goldman from the Goalie Guild and Lift the Mask, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Austin and Kevin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our MLB Opinions of the Week. I'm Kevin, and I'm joined by the man that has not been a fan of the rule changes in the past. I was sort of a fan of the new rule changes, but Austin, the man I am, of course, talking about, and I are in agreement about this possible rule change. I hope it stops. Austin.
I thought that just was a joke when I heard it. I just really thought it was something that I don't even. It didn't even seem real when I saw it, and when I saw what it would mean or an example of it, I don't understand the point of it. The problem with baseball is not the rules. A sport that's been around as long as it has, everyone knows it, right? Everyone knows the rules. Even if you don't really like baseball, you know the rules of baseball. And this is just making it way too difficult. And it just, I think it's a bad one to have.
Yeah, I agree. I also had the same thing. I'm like, there is no way this is true. I looked at the account. I'm like, is this an actual account or is this a parody account? Because it is harder to tell these days. And just with something as dumb as this, and for the people not familiar with the Golden At-Bat rule, apparently it is, from what I understand, you can just choose the next batter once throughout the game.
Once in the game, yes, you can choose the batter. And it's not like a DH. It's like anyone who's in the lineup can just be moved to this spot, and it'll continue the rest of the batting order afterwards. Like not if the guy's at 3, it's not going to go 3, 4. If you replace the guy at 8, it'll just go 3, 9, and then back to him at 3. And you got to think. This is what I was thinking. Why not? Like if it's a really hot hitter, right? You can just bat him back to back. And here's my problem with that: who is on base? If Judge hits a double, and then I want to bat Judge again. Who is on second base? I have no idea. I don't know the rules. I don't know what's going to happen with it, and it just seems stupid. Imagine if every time you fouled a player in basketball, you could switch to the best shooter, best free throw shooter to take the free throws. That's how I'd explain it. So I know at the end of the game you can pass to your best shooter, and if he gets fouled, he can shoot free throws. But imagine if DeAndre Jordan got fouled and they sent Chris Paul back when they were both on the Clippers to the line. That's just dumb. That's just dumb. I remember in the playoffs, Derek Lively was getting hack-a-lively, right? Imagine if you put Kyrie at the line every time that he got fouled. That would just be stupid. That would just not make any sense.
Yeah, and to me, it really hurts the idea of roster construction. This is the point of baseball is it's a team sport. That's why the Angels not being good when they had the 2 best players on the team stunk. But if you have this rule during that, they make the playoffs because why wouldn't you just do, okay, Trout gets on base and ignoring the problem of who's on second. Okay, Ohtani. Okay, well, we're going to put Trout back. And then it's really just creating that one-man team, which to me, baseball isn't about. That's not the game of baseball. I like the other rules because it helps speed up the game and it increased some excitement. While to me, it still kept the integrity of the game. This does not keep the integrity of the game. And it's really just a video game almost at this point.
I was going to say like it seems like what is it called? It seems like a game you play at recess, right?
Yeah.
So you only have a certain number of players on your team. Let's just say it's 3v3 because we don't have 9 dudes. I just get a hit. I'm going right back up because we have no one else on a team. to hit. That's what it feels like, right? It just feels like you get the bat multiple times, like back to back to back to back to back. That just it doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it.
Yeah, so you and I are both not in agreement on this in regular season. I just don't want to see this in a game that matters.
Well, just imagine it in the ninth inning, like you said, and it goes Trout, Ohtani, Trout is the ninth inning. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Or someone goes, Ohtani strikes out. Huge move. Like, huge strikeout. Okay, we're just going to put Ohtani back.
Yeah,
you have
to strike out Ohtani now twice in a row.
Yeah. Someone posted that. I'm like, that's a great point. So to me, not regular season. However, I will offer a thing where if you really want to do this rule, I think it would be fun in the All-Star game. Because the All-Star game doesn't take itself too seriously at all. So I'm like, this would be cool in the All-Star game.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't really care about the All-Star game anyway, so I could live with that. The NHL's done some weird rules. The NBA's done some weird rules. Like in the fourth quarter, playing 24 points more than whatever you're at. Like, I mean, I don't really care, but sure. I mean, you could do that. But imagine if every fourth quarter you can only score 24 points, the first one to score 24 more points on the game. Like, that'd just be stupid to me. So, where do you think this came from? Panic?
I think Rob Manfred doesn't really care about like the sport. To me, I think I've heard someone talk about this too, is he doesn't really care about, he doesn't understand the nature of baseball and like what is the point of baseball and what attracts people to baseball. So he's looking at other sources of revenue. And to me, this feels like a Savannah Bananas rule, which
it exactly is. And that's exactly what it is.
They've done a great job marketing, and I'm not throwing shade, but it's not really baseball as to me what the MLB is about.
It's like watching a play or watching a movie. That's what really Savannah Bananas is. And that's fine. It's enjoyable when the game is not MLB baseball.
Yeah. So to me, that's where I think this idea came from Manfred of just, because they're selling out arenas and they're reaching huge amounts of audience and selling out stadiums and getting a lot of attention. So Manfred's like, oh, how can I do that? Well, what happens if I start doing what they're doing? But to me, that doesn't make sense. That MLB is different from Savannah Bananas. That's the whole point. That's what makes Savannah Bananas appealing to me. Is this is something I would never see at a baseball game. Like, one of the rules for people not familiar is, I like this rule, but I would never want to see it in a game. If the ball is fouled and someone catches it in the crowd, that guy's out. That's cool, just like in a what-if scenario. But I would not want to see that in the MLB, because that means the Yankees guys in the World Series would have worked. It would have worked. Or maybe, well, I guess it's still, but something like that, to that kind of level of happening at an MLB game in the playoffs.
I don't think what the Yankees did would have worked, because Betts already caught it and then he kind of took it out of his glove. But the point remains that something similar could have happened and the player would have been out.
Yeah, and I think it's not a great example, but to me it's the example of fans interfering with the game. And that's something you could see more of if you start to blur the lines of this is a game and then this is entertainment, to me, what the Savannah Bananas do. While baseball is still entertainment, but there's rooted in this wonderful, like, it was America's pastime. And it's something rooted in this is formal and there is respect around it. And
yeah, it's just everyone knows the rules.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it. It's like addition. Everyone knows addition. It's just I don't know why you would change it. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't fill any new niche. It's not a big enough change to make it more popular just because of that one change. So I don't think it makes any sense. I would not like it. I would not like it. Even though the Yankees
so-
would be a team that I think would benefit from the most because we always get our offense from like 3 players. So we would benefit from it, but I still really don't want to see it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see it either. It just doesn't fit in my idea of the game. And there's nothing from the rule rooted in baseball. Versus where I think with the other rule changes, like with sticky stuff and stealing bases, to me, there's still an idea of this is what baseball is. This is just like, this is something that'd be cool. And almost you dream of just in video games and stuff like that. Ooh, what if I could do that? No, that's not baseball. So this isn't baseball. I'll let you close this one out.
Yeah, please let us know what you guys think about the Golden Knight Bat rule. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I think you know where we stand on that. And please catch us in our next video.